Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. It's been a while since we've taken a step into the Advance Wars series. I think I finished my Let's Play of Advance Wars 2 in 2013, and I spent a while doing the War Room stuff, but yeah, it's been about 4 years since I've actually done anything with Advance Wars, and I'm actually kind of happy to go back to it. I know the Advance Wars projects are kind of, well, the projects themselves don't take a long time, but then I spend a lot of time doing extras and stuff. I don't know if that's going to be the case this time, but I'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. So yeah, this is Advance Wars Dual Strike. This was created for the Nintendo DS in 2005. I wouldn't say it was like close to being a launch title or anything, but it was pretty close to launch. I mean, it was within the first year, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, very early DS game. In fact, I think because of how early it is, my god, I had a hell of a time making a layout for this game, like the recording layout that you're looking at right now. It took a really long time to make this, and as you can see, it's definitely not perfect, but this is honestly all I have to work with because I think because it is an early DS game, it had a lot of very weird quirks, and when I'm playing it on the new Nintendo 3DS, it is not really to scale, I guess you could say. But, you know, I made it work, and I could probably improve it somewhere down the line too. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, we're going to be playing through this game. The main focus of this playthrough will be on campaign mode. When I'm done, I'll show off maybe small little instances of the other modes. I don't think I'm going to do all of War Room though this time. I think I'm only going to be focusing on the new War Room maps, but not like the entire mode over again, because once again, you can essentially play through all the stages from the last two Advance Wars games, and then play the new ones on top of that, but like, the War Room is already really long as it is, so I'll probably just focus on the new maps. And there are some other options as well, but I'll probably go over those once we actually get through the game. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the game. This is, I guess you could say it is the follow-up to Advance Wars 2. So I guess you could say this is Advance Wars 3, maybe? It features a lot of the same countries and characters and stuff, with slightly more emphasis on some of the newer characters, not so much the old characters, but we will definitely be seeing some old and familiar faces for sure. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started with campaign mode. Several months have passed since the war in Macroland. Thanks to Andy, Nell, and the other COs, the Black Hole Army was defeated. The people there can finally live in peace. But, in the far-off continent of Omega Land, trouble was brewing. It is from here that Black Hole launched a massive invasion. The enemy army has replenished its might with remarkable speed under the command of a new leader. The last Great War left many questions unanswered, and so Orange Star, Blue Moon, Green Earth, and Yellow Comets have joined forces to create the Allied Nations. Determined to free their homeland, they launch a counterattack. Here we go. Move out. Kind of gives like kind of an ogre battle feel to it a little bit, because they had like the liberation thing in like the SNES game. So yeah, this is our first mission. There's a lot of other options you can go over on this screen, but I think we'll get introduced to them as the game goes on anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it, honestly. So yeah, let's go. Rachel, I want you to be careful. This looks like it could be a tough battle. Don't worry about me, sis. You've got your hands full over in Macroland. We may not have a big presence here in Omega Land, but we're not alone. With all four of the Allied nations working together, Black Hole's no match for us. I'm glad to hear that. Still, I've sent a few of our COs to give you a hand. Just hang in there until they can arrive, and don't do anything rash, okay? I've got it, sis. My Omega Land COs can take anything Black Hole dishes out. Ha, I know. And with you in the field, I got nothing to worry about. I don't think I'll be able to join you, though. That means you're in charge of field training any new COs, alright? Got it. Good. That is all, soldier. And by the way, don't call me sis, not when the other COs might hear. Oh, yeah, that might get them wondering about your age. Hey, that's not what I'm saying at all. I have my orders, Commander Nell. I'll take care of everything. Rachel, signing out. Click. So, Commander Nell is your sister. Yep, we both enlisted about the same time, but my big Commander Nell's smarter than me, so she rose through the ranks fast. Luck had something to do with it, too. Nah, you're razor sharp, Rachel. I guess I haven't been much of anywhere, but I haven't met anyone smarter. Ha! Take one step out of Omega Land, and you'll be tripping over COs with way more skill than me. But listen, Jake, Omega Land is in very real danger, and we can't count on getting backup from Macroland anytime soon. We can't even be sure of where all our allied COs are now, either. You and me are the only ones left to stop the enemy, Jake. Sounds like our backs are up against the wall. All in all, you're taking this pretty well. You're not worried? Nah, well, yeah, maybe a little. But with you rolling beside me, I know it's all good. Don't even think I'm doing all the work. You're going to have to pull your weights. It's time to start training. I'm warning you, though. I'm not going to go easy on you. What? Oh, let me turn my music down. Yeah, cool. I'm listening. Okay, so we have our first mission. Mission 1, Jake's Trial. Also, I frickin' love this theme music right here. The orange units on the map are yours, Jake. The blue units are mine. They're on special loan from Blue Moon's army. The real enemy is Black Hole, so their units will be black. Don't forget that. This moving triangle is the cursor. You'll use it to give orders to your units. Tap one of your units and issue an order, Jake. Cool, I'll give it a shot. So yeah, you can use the touch screen, or you can also use just the directional pad to move the cursor. I'm honestly more used to this because, you know, I played Advanced Wars 1 and 2, so I'm used to actually using the cursor, and it doesn't really bother me, even though I guess touch screen would be slightly faster. So yeah, we're introduced back in the world of Advanced Wars. Things are pretty much the same as they usually are. We have some familiar units. We have infantries. We have a mech unit, and we both have tanks. So what we need to do is we need to use these units to overcome the enemy, which shouldn't be too hard, honestly. So first I'm going to use this mech unit. The unit you selected is a mech unit. It's a direct combat unit. That means it needs to be next to an opponent to attack. It has the firepower to challenge tank units, something infantry units can't do. However, it will take heavy damage if it gets attacked. You'll want to strike first to avoid being wiped out. When you select a unit, the area around the unit changes color like this. You're looking at this unit's movement range. Tap where you want to move, then select either attack or wait to finish moving. Tap cancel to rescind the order. So yeah, we're going to put our unit right here, we're going to fire on it, and we're going to do about 55 damage, or 5 or 6 damage. Yeah, about 6 damage. Generally, from the percentages, you can kind of tell like how much damage you're going to do, but there is a bit of a luck factor that plays into it as well. That's a tank unit, a direct combat unit that must be next to an enemy to attack. Tanks have great speed and firepower, so I'm sure you'll be using them often. Indeed we will. In fact, we're going to put this tank unit in the forest, and we're going to attack this tank unit and destroy it. I'll also try to leave the combat animations on a little bit, more than I usually do, because I know that you guys love combat animations, and I have a very nasty habit of turning them off. I can't help it. I like things going faster, and as a result, I find that I turn off animations more often than not, but I'll try to keep them on for an extended period of time. And last, we have the infantry. The unit selected is an infantry unit. It's a direct combat unit. In addition to attacking, infantry and mech units can also capture cities and bases. There's a white city and an orange city near your infantry, right? The orange city is one of your bases. This means it's under your control. The white city is a neutral city. It's not under any army's control. Why would I want to capture a city like this? Good question. If you capture a city, you earn funds from it every day. Also, resting a unit on a base restores some of its HP, ammo, and fuel each day. Whoa, that's cool. So capturing enemy cities must be pretty important then. You've got that right. Taking control of enemy properties is a solid strategy. Indeed it is, Rachel. Indeed it is. I almost called her Nell. You started capturing, haven't you? Check out the dark window in the corner. This is called the cursor window. That flashing number is the capture number. Once that number hits 0, the property you're securing is captured. An undamaged unit with 10 HP can reduce a capture number by 10 each day. So at best, capturing a property will take you 2 days. And while we're on the subject, you shouldn't move a unit while it's capturing. If you forget and move, the property's capture number will return to full. The same is true if that unit is defeated, so be sure to defend the capturing unit. Oh, and another thing, see the 3 next to the star icon? That's the terrain bonus. The higher the number, the better the defense it gives. The max is 5, so a 3 is pretty good. When you've given commands to all your units, tap the menu button shown above. This opens up the map menu. At the bottom of the menu is the end command. Select this to finish your turn. Once you do that, the enemy's turn will begin. Okay. Then it'll be your turn to attack, right? Yep, and even though this is a training, I'm not going to go easy on you. Yeah, you say that with 2 infantries next to a tank unit, so, kind of doubt that, honestly. Kind of doubt that. So yeah, as she was talking about, the terrain bonuses on roads, you don't get any terrain stars, so it's probably like the weakest terrain you can be on. Then you have grass, which kind of steps up to 1 star. Then forest, which steps up to 2. Then cities, which steps up to 3. And mountains, which step it up to 4. And there's probably 5s, but I can't think of what would be 5s. It'll probably come to me later. Maybe capitals? No, probably not capitals. I think capitals are treated like cities. But either way, let's go ahead and end our turn. This theme is pretty good too, but I still like Jake's theme more. It's just more, it's more rockin'. It's a rockin' theme, I guess you could say. We're on to day 2. To win this exercise, you need to defeat all of my units. I've taught you the basics of combat, so feel free to move however you want. If you want to know more about a unit or terrain type, tap it to move to the cursor. Then check the top screen to see in-depth intelligence, don't forget. Get ready to roll, and don't you dare hold back. I'll know if you're going easy on me. Alright, I won't pull any punches. Well, again, there's not much she can do, so I'm just going to quite literally roll right over her, so... And, like, I know that we're currently in the process of capturing this, but we're not going to need this, so we're just going to go... We're going to go pretty ham on Rachel right here and just destroy her. Even though she's probably going to get that city, I think we can still essentially eliminate her next turn, no problem. And let's go ahead and do this. Get rid of the infantry units. And then I'm going to move you over to the forest, and we're just going to surround her next turn. Okay. So we're going to attack you. Doesn't matter if that's your city. You are going down. And this should actually finish it off, too. Awesome. You beat me. Not bad. You may be young, but you've definitely got what it takes to be a great CO. You were born for the battlefield. Yeah, you think so? Sweet! That means something coming from you, Rachel. You've got good instincts, and I'm going to personally make you one of the best. There are going to be some tough times ahead, so just stick with me. You know I will. I also love that ending jingle right there. The 1, 2, 3, 4! I always like that. So yeah, we got a perfect 300 points. Every battle you get judged based on your speed, power, and technique. Speed obviously based on how much or how fast you go in the battle, so the fewest turns possible, you'll generally get a perfect speed score. Technique, I'll skip power for a second, go to technique. Technique is how many units you lose. So if you don't lose any units, or if you lose relatively few units, you're probably going to get a perfect technique score. Power is very difficult to analyze because power is based on how many units you destroy in one turn. For this battle, it doesn't really matter because there were only like 3 units. So just destroying 1 unit in 1 turn would give us the perfect power score. But say there's like, in total, 100 units in one battle. You basically have to destroy a certain percentage of those 100 units in 1 turn specifically to get a good power score. I don't know the exact percentage offhand. I want to say it's about like either 10 or 20 or something. But that's essentially how power is graded. It's definitely the hardest score to get perfect on, especially if you play the way I do, where I play pretty carefully and I want to kind of like use mind game strats where sometimes destroying only 1 unit per turn is advantageous. So yeah, it can be really hard balancing all of these. And I'm not going to make this a perfect playthrough by any means, but I'm going to try to do my best. I'm not going to try to be a slouch, because I do love Advance Wars, and I do love this type of combat. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Our points will get added to the COs that we use in each battle. So as you can see, Jake got 300 experience points. So yes, you can actually level up COs in this game. But I'm not going to be talking about what the benefit is for ranking up units until we actually get to that point. So let's just go ahead and continue once again. You got dropped like a fat beat. I love how Jake's big thing is kind of music. It's cute in its own little way. And we're also going to get those 300 points so we can use them outside of the game for the battle maps section, where you can buy stuff, buy multiplayer maps, buy war room maps, stuff of that nature. It's also how you'll unlock some COs for free mode as well, so we'll get more into that later when we actually take a look at the shop. But for now, once again, let's move forward. You also get a little report based on what you've done. You see how many units you've produced, how many funds you've either gotten, funds you've actually spent, how much damage you've done to the enemy, stuff of that nature. So yeah, that's kind of what you can get from these little end battle reports. And you can also look at the enemies as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay.
Mission complete.
Mission complete. Get a little fireworks display. We get to save our data. And yeah, I will say, this is my only cart of this game, so I did actually delete all of my data just for this playthrough. But honestly, I didn't really mind, because I kind of want to start over, and I kind of want to try to unlock everything and stuff of that nature. I really enjoyed that aspect of this game when I first played it, but then I put it down for a really, really long period of time. So maybe, like, even after the playthrough, maybe I can get more into this game. So, yeah. That's kind of my purpose and my reasoning for doing that. So yeah, we have a new mission. It looks like we're actually going to be fighting, like, a true enemy soldier here. Is there anything else I can interact with, though, before I get started? I don't think so. No, I don't think we'll get any menus until later. But you can actually see, like, the COs you've used in this playthrough and how many times you've used them. After the playthrough, it'll actually keep track and see, like, what COs you've used the most, and you'll actually get a reward based on which COs you've used the most. But again, I'll go over that later. Let's go ahead and start mission to the New Black. Commander Rachel, we've encountered an advanced enemy forces. Understood. We'll head to the battlefield right away. Have we taken casualties? Our infantry has taken sporadic fire, but the enemy force is fairly small. I see. Well, we've got to get in there and rescue those grunts. So, I heard some black hole forces want to rumble? Yes, they progressed much farther and faster than I'd anticipated. I'd hoped to get some more training in, but you have to play what you're dealt. Yeah, but there aren't that many enemy units. Just kick back and give me some tips while I mop these guys up. That's the spirit, Jake. sounds like we've got ourselves a plan. Okay, move out. Let's go. Mission 2, the New Black. Allied forces falling back. Yes, sir. If we capture that nearby HQ, our conquest of Omega Land will be complete. The enemy resistance has been pathetic, hasn't it, Commander Jubber? Query, are we inside Orange Star territory? Looks like it, sir. Purge enemy from memory. Understood. Okay, so we're dealing with kind of a robot, I guess. The enemy has 3 tank units. You'd better rest your infantry on that city. Those guys aren't going to last long unless we get there fast. It's all good, I'll just send my tank to rescue them. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I know you're hard to beat when you're on the plains, but you've only got 1 tank unit, so you can't win a head-on attack. You might destroy every enemy unit, and you'll lose if your infantry falls. You've got some new units to try out, so let's put them to work. Go ahead and select a unit. Before I do that, let me actually go over a few things, because we are controlling some new COs, and as you know, each CO has different abilities. So first, let's look at Jake, a young, energetic Orange Star CO who is a top-notch tank commander. His hit is clubbin', his miss is easy listening. Fights well in the open, firepower of all units increased on plains. So yes, Jake actually excels whenever you're fighting on plain squares like this. So firepower in general will be higher in those areas. Let's go ahead and keep reading. Okay, skills, I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Here are his CO powers. His normal CO power is beat down. Firing range of vehicles is increased by 1. Firepower of all units is increased on planes. So it basically makes them more powerful and makes his vehicle units more powerful. Then he has his Block Rock Super CO power, which firing range of vehicles is increased by 1 and movement range by 2. So that's the range of like artillery units, rocket units, stuff of that nature. And firepower of all units is greatly increased on planes. So yeah, so he can actually be like really, really good when he has indirect units, in addition to just, you know, fighting on the planes in general. And then of course you have all of his units. Nothing really matters here because this basically tells you what his units are like just in terms of natural day-to-day abilities. And his units themselves, like, they don't get powerful. They only get powerful when he's on the plains. So that's basically why everything is a static white line here. Also on the top screen you can see who he has affinity with. Again, this will become important later on, but not so much now, so we'll look at that later. And I'll look at the enemy in a little bit. So for this battle in particular, naturally what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to actually hit these guys from a distance. So we're going to use the artillery here. That's an artillery unit. If it doesn't move, it can bombard enemies from afar. It's deployed in good strategic location right now. Isn't our enemy well trained? Indirect combat. Cool. Does that mean I can hit those tanks across the river? Yep, and because it's over here, you don't have to worry about counterattacks. But if an artillery unit is attacked directly, it can't fight back. It'll be a pile of slag in short order, so don't leave it exposed. To attack, touch the unit and choose fire from the menu. Always keep in mind that artillery units can't move and fire in the same turn. If there aren't any enemy units in range, the fire command will not be available. To see the unit's range of fire, touch and hold the unit for a few seconds. You can use the same technique to check the firing range of other units. Alright, I'll give it a shot. So yeah, basically kind of seeing like how an enemy can move and how an enemy can attack. That's basically what the two different ranges mean. So yeah, we can pretty much attack from here, so let's go ahead and fire on this tank. Looks like our enemy is speechless on the matter. So what I can do is I can move the tank here, or the artillery here, fact, yeah, I think I will do that. But yeah, like she said, I can't attack with it right now. I'm also going to move this guy away. The unit's in rough shape. It needs time to recover, that's for sure. But leaving it here could be dangerous. This is where APCs come in handy. Those things can carry infantry and mech units, right? Yep, and as long as the APC doesn't get destroyed, they'll be safe. Plus, APCs have a movement range of 6, allowing them to get out the front easily. Select the infantry unit and move it on to the APC, then select land from the menu. If the APC is in range, order the infantry to load up. You got it, I'll make sure those grunts get back safely. You've got the right idea, I'm counting on you. So yeah, let's go ahead and take you over here. This is the APC, it's a non-combat unit. It's designed to transport infantry and deliver supplies to adjacent units. By supplies, I mean APCs replenish unit fuel and ammo reserves. They can supply up to 4 units at once as long as the units are in adjacent spaces. Plus, it doesn't matter if the units are land, sea, or air units. Nice, right? Once a unit loads onto an APC, the drop command will appear in the command menu. After that, it's as simple as choosing where you want to unload the unit. It couldn't be easier, really. I get it. In this mission I have to protect my infantry, so the APC is essential. Exactly. You know that APCs can't move in mountains, though, right? That's because they run on treads, just like tanks. Units with treads also get slowed down a bit when moving through wooded areas. Be sure to check out the top screen for more details on terrain types. So yeah, we're going to move you over here. And we're also going to move the tank as well, and that will basically do it for that turn.